You know, I think one of the few benchmarks anyone can have for their country is, does your infrastructure survive rain? Can it withstand general monsoon? And for most countries which are not of a billion people, the answer seems to be yes to somewhat. Yes, we can handle rain to somewhat we can handle rain. Now, obviously, global warming plays a role. At least we can see the effects of it in countries like America right now. It's flooding. The New York is flooded. Texas has a flood situation going on. But if you live in India, here monsoon every year, by the way, every year seems to cause a level of destruction that one would expect will be caused by, let's say, a war-like situation. In and obviously we have reached a point in this country, we are as a nation so successful that we don't even need to talk about it anymore, so we talk nowadays. Our news will discuss anything and everything that has nothing to do with the people or the country. Even I don't think they are discussing things that has anything to do with the country. They are just discussing random things, anything, whatever they want. It doesn't matter if you watch the news. It doesn't matter. They won't discuss the problems that most people in the country might face. I don't think, and they don't even discuss about the elites. It's not like they're discussing about the people like Ambani, like, oh, what is their daily life? Actually, I don't watch the news, but whenever I do, I feel disappointed. As far as India is concerned, in the year 2025, in the month of August, sorry, July, uh, yes, we are in a situation where the country is mostly flooded. You have parts of cities all over the country right now which have gone through monsoon, and it's not even severe monsoon. It's not like, oh, this is the worst monsoon this country has seen in the last 10, 20, 30 years. No, 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 it's just normal regular monsoon which has just started. It's right. Savan is going on. It's a thing in the. And yeah, there you go. Thank you. So with right now, as I speak, roads are falling apart, straight up falling apart. We are talking about roads that are not even 10 years old. Which is funny because Harappan civilization artifacts do exist. You can go, you can visit these places, you can watch and touch these things which are here on this planet Earth for, at this point, thousands of years. But we can't even build roads on flat ground, on flat Earth, which can last for 10 years. Not even 10 years. L- we are building roads that last less than a decade. Flyovers that are falling apart. Some might say, oh, well, at least that was there for 50 years. Well, Red Fort has been there for long. Taj Mahal has been there for long. There are small, tiny little temples all over the country which are still there and have been there for a way too long time, considering the infrastructure now that we are building. I mean, the situation in this country has fallen apart to a level where even the power grid is falling apart. And they say India is the third largest uh, manufacturer of electricity. We consume a lot of power. Obviously, we have the largest population on this planet. And yes, we have the largest population on this planet, not China. Not China. We do. And the sad reality is, the more you live in this country, the more you realize that most of this population is just useless. And it genuinely breaks your heart because The country hasn't been able to provide education in the schools or through television or through any other media. Most Indians in India, when it comes to literacy, yes, they have the papers. When it comes to education, yes, they have the degrees. But knowledge, most of it comes from consuming American content, even American political content. That is how people in India think of politics. If you look at the discussions that happen, at least on Twitter or even on Instagram, Indians, at least right wing Indians, are just completely parroting the talking points of the American right wing or even the European right wing, but mostly the American right. Why? Because the American right wing is the most popular on YouTube or Twitter. So they just copy the talking points from there and they just paste it here as if that works in the same context. Like we are not even, we are not completely different people from completely different civilizations and completely different ways of life. The way we have survived in India is very different from the way Europeans have survived in their own lands or even in America and Canada. But that's a topic for a different time. When it comes to infrastructure itself, we can't build it. Whatever we are building is not good enough. And we can keep laughing, and I see a lot of people on social media laughing and trolling China for some reason as if that is even comparable. Everything I use is made in China. Every electronic thing I use is made in China. My earphones are made in China. My phone is made in China. Laptop, my computer, everything is made in China. I don't even drive an Indian car. I you know, what is made in India? Except fools. Fools are made in India. Yes. Every day I do believe this country is getting dumber. I mean, we are regressing now. We are regressing as a people. Forget progress. We are not even at a stable, oh, we have maintained the level that we had in, let's say, 2012. No, no, we have regressed. Look at Indian TV, by the way. Look at what we are showing to the people. I'm not saying make programs that are constantly about, making people think and are of educational nature. But what are you even making? Bollywood has become so bad that it's not worth watching. And I never liked Bollywood. I never did. Never liked this thing called Bollywood, which all they can really do is make some romantic comedy. That's the extent of talent in Bollywood. What can you make? Romantic comedies. At least that was the case before. Now they are making movies which they say are historical, but obviously these people are illiterate, so how would they know anything about history? So what they do, from what I gather, is they will look at a book or some written by somebody, usually some person who is affiliated or at least spiritually affiliated with the right wing of India, the Hindutva side of things, and they will use that and show that as historically true that this is what happened. And even if it did happen, history is a is not isolated. Events don't happen in an isolation, and I'm not somebody who has any idea about history, but I do understand that nothing happens in isolation. I mean, think of it this way. Look at what Germany was doing in the 1940s and look at what Israel is doing in 2025 or in the last, well, they are doing it, they have been doing it for a long time, at least the last 20, 30, 40 years. Again, that brings me to another topic. Did you know that in New Delhi, the capital of India, not a single pro-Palestinian protest has taken place? Not a single protest against the Gaza genocide. Not one. Blows my mind sometimes. Capital of a global South country, and it does, and with a country with colonial past, a country which itself had to suffer so much under the rule of the Brits. Manufactured famines were a thing in India. Like millions of people would die, millions out of hunger. They would just die. And it is still. I mean, it's a very famous thing when Churchill was asked, like, so many people are dying in India cause of famine, because you have taken all the grains away from India, which were grown in India. He said, "Why isn't Gandhi dead yet? Why is Gandhi alive?" Basically, and that's basically the right wing of India as well. If you, for example, the right wing of India functions as such that a father will kill his own flesh and blood, his own daughter, shoot her in the back while she is cooking for him in the kitchen. And this is a loving child who cares about her father, who contributes in the household, who has, built herself up. Should be a beacon of example to girls that, oh, look how much she has achieved in such a small time. And her entire identity, and after her father shot her because she was either doing too good or she was maybe dating a Muslim. I'm not even sure she was. I don't, most girls don't date Muslims. Like they might, you know, have fun, but they don't date them. That's not a thing they do. Anyways, he killed her. He kills his own daughter. And everybody in the right wing of India was like, good. Why isn't that Muslim guy dead yet? And I'm like, so no one cares about the girl? She is a victim, right? She is a victim of a crime that, of actually no crime. She just happened to be cooking something for her father, and the man just went and shot her. She was cooking for her father, and her father shot her. And it's okay in India now. That's where we have regressed as a society, as a collective. So why won't the infrastructure fall apart? I'm surprised it's the rains that's causing them to fall apart. I thought the air would. Just the air pressure that would destroy Indian infrastructure. And I see a lot of people, trolling people of other countries, like, and especially in our neighboring countries. So trolling Pakistan, or trolling Iran when it was attacked, or trolling China constantly for some reason, and any other country. It's like, and the thing I don't understand about this is, how, do you think it's a good thing trolling people of other religions? See, I get it. You might not like Islam, but a lot of the world follows Islam. And when you make these jokes, how do you think those people feel? How do you think a person living in Egypt looks at what's the memes that are made, and specifically made in India, not made anywhere else? These, all the memes, all the most heinous, most disgusting, most reprehensible memes are made in India. Everybody knows that the most sick people live in this country, nowhere else. And they make these memes, and then everybody in the Islamic world sees it. How do you think they feel? And it is not limited to there as well. See, the beauty of India is we hate Islam and we hate Christianity. So we even make anti-Christian memes, and those are spread all over and all over America. And those people love that shit. Those people love it. They really love when Christ is made fun of by, Hindus. And yes, you can claim racism, but see, after a point, no one cares about racism, and I'm seeing that happen. The same way you don't care, or you don't differentiate between a good Muslim or a bad Muslim, they can't be bothered to differentiate between a good Hindu and a bad Hindu, or a good Indian and a bad Indian. They don't care. That's why they are deporting it. That's why there are every day there are constant online movements. One could argue, like trying to push the narrative that they need to end H-1B visa, they need to send these Indians back. And the thing is, everybody agrees on that. Every Mexican will agree on it, every American will agree on it, every African American will agree on it, every Chinese American, everyone, even Indians would agree that we need to deport Indians out of America. That's what this country has become. That's what we are manufacturing. That's our export to the world. Our export is the foods that are made in India every day. And as of now, we are shutting down government schools. Not that any education was given in those schools, but it was at least a place where you might learn something. Not everything of value, but something. Many were able to build just from what they were able to, what they were exposed to in the government school and let's say in a government university. But if you close schools down, or as they say it, merge the schools, um, now you have lower number of students attending the schools, which creates a constant labor class because you don't have jobs. So if you keep educating people, what will they even do if you have no jobs? So what can we do with them? Well, they will be slave labor. That's it. That's all they will ever. Imagine having kids in a country like India. Imagine that. For like everything in this country is just designed to destroy you as a human. Everything. Religion. I mean, I didn't even know our religion was this bad, but nowadays I do because I am constantly seeing it. Our education, it's a shit show. Infrastructure, well, I mean, if monsoon can destroy it, who needs enemies? I mean, imagine thinking that Pakistan is an enemy. No, rains, monsoon, that's the enemy. It's truly a sad state of affairs in this country. And I honestly see no future. I don't. I'm genuinely tired. I don't even know what's the point of this country anymore. And the number of people I personally know who just have left and are never coming back is increasing every day, every moment it increases. I would argue every second. And why won't you? I want to leave this place now. And I never was that sort of a person, but I need to leave this place now. And it's, I know, people used to say, go to Pakistan. I might, depending on how they handle the future, how they handle their economy, I actually might consider it. Why not? I mean, seriously, what's the difference? Genuinely. Do you think I'm in power in India right now, or I'm enjoying the situation that is unfolding in this country on a daily bloody basis? Is this the kind of country one would want to have kids in? I mean, god damn it. It's over for us. It's so over.